Hey everyone, welcome to my studio. Here's where I left off last week with this sunflower commission. I finished the petals, I showed it to the client, she loved it. So this week I am going to work on the stem and the leaf and maybe start work on the sky. When it comes to the leaf on this sunflower, it's going to have quite a bit of very dark green as the shadow from the flower actually hits the leaf and part of the stem. And I have very roughly drawn in the petal outline of where it falls on the leaf. And it's rough because that leaf is curved, so it's not going to be very true, 100%. So this is the dark green that I'll be using, and I'm not sure which one of these lighter greens. I'm tending to go towards this one because I think it complements the pale green of the petals better than this pop of yellow green. So I'm thinking something like this. I'll have to see if I have more of this in my studio. That's it. The leaf, and I love how the shadow adds depth and makes this sunflower pop forward and gives it more dimension, and the leaf recedes behind there. I did put some glass with more of the blue green. It was a different type, this one, just to tie into the sky a little bit. And I really like how the green in the middle of the sunflower sort of reflects back and forth. It's working really well for me so far, so now I'm gonna pull some glass for the sky and get cracking on that. I'm starting a new commission, and it measures 6 inches by 8 inches. So I have a piece of 1/4 inch MDF, and I'm going to show how I'm prepping it. It is going to be this pet portrait of Millie. So the client has sent me this image, and Millie has recently passed away, and she wants a mosaic made of her pet. Transferred the image, and I have a 50% water, 50% Weldbond mixture there, and I'm going to seal the board with that. You can seal it before you transfer with Kills. A lot of times I do that, but for this particular project I don't really need that, so my glass is going to be pretty opaque, and I'm not worried about it seeing through to the brown base. That's all there's to it. So seal the sides just in case I decide to paint it later, so that the MDF won't just suck all the moisture out of that paint, and that way I won't have to put as many coats of paint on. That's it. It's time once again to work on the Commemorative Community Mosaic for the Art Place, commemorating their 30th year as a facility. This week I've got 5 volunteers working with me, so here we go. I have a tip for doing a community mosaic, and that is to be extremely organized. The more organized that you are and the better prepared you are, then the more smoothly things will go. So this week, although I had pre-cut some of the white glass, I didn't have enough, and I ended up spending quite a bit of time pre-cutting pieces because I had a couple people that were just gluing them down, and I found it was much faster and more accurate if I pre-cut than if I gave them strips and they cut to put the pieces in. When I was busy cutting the glass, though, I couldn't really keep an eye on how things were going and see how individuals were working and anticipate their needs very well because I was over cutting glass. So this time I am going to preempt that and get the glass cut before. So I'm going to cut all the glass, and I'm going to keep it in a tray so that it is organized and by color, because I have several different whites. I know they're all white, but I want them to sort of be randomly situated on the mosaic. And when they're in a big pile and people are just pulling them out, they tend to clump together a certain type of glass. And so to make them more random, I'm going to keep them separated so that they can pull from the different areas. That's it. Once I have built up this stockpile, then if we happen to need more white glass, I will just show one of the volunteers how to cut it, and they will be cutting it. I won't be cutting it anymore. so good to have all of this prepped for the next time we work on the community mosaic. That's putting it together. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.